So my Vargo backpack is now complete, with a small modification that I did, and but here's the back part of it after a most recent trip overnight that I did. Everything works great. This pocket, just it fits so much stuff in here. It's nice and stretchy. That was one problem that I had with my Granite Gear backpacks. The mesh on theirs is just not, it's very durable but not stretchy enough. So one huge point that I like on this pack is just the ability to have this extra pouch along the sides, and you can just fit unlimited things in there. You can stow your trekking poles in there. I have my umbrella, and that's just smacked right up against the frame there. Yeah, so got all my cook kit, dig trowel, stakes and tree straps, water purification, all that's in there. One thing I might do is oh yeah, down in the very bottom, before I put my dry bag in, I have my like the 1/8 inch foam pad for my feet and my hammock. And you know, you can actually put other things down there, and I thought about getting the Hyperlite pod because those are a D shape, and so is this backpack pouch. I do have my foam pad in down there. I also thought about getting one of those pods, and I could just store down kind of like my ditty bag down there in the bottom, or maybe put my tree straps down there, and then there just would be out of the way of this pouch, and I could fit more things in there. So that's an option as well. Yeah, you just kind of have a lot more storage options. These are the Bedrock sandals. I'm typically not a camp shoe guy, although those fit nicely in there. And I did get those for some hikes I want to do where I know that I would have stream crossings. So yeah, it was just trying them out in the pack. And so on to flipping this over for my modifications. I did it on both straps. I had a friend of mine do the grosgrain and stitch that in. I did it on both sides. I just took off my Hyperlite phone pouch just to show you what I did there. So now this will fit my Zpacks water bottle perfect, because right there you have an attachment point. All the rest of that is just two little straps on there, but you need to have an attachment point, and this guy up there wasn't working. And I had the string, a piece of cordage that was coming down for that, but I just didn't like that, and I'd rather just keep my load lifter straps unobstructed. So we got that, and we got this one on, and then I'll put my foam pouch on. So here we are with the Hyperlite foam pouch. So you can see I got my water bottle up front. I was trying out this one that I use for my bike. I think I like the Smart Water, the 16-ounce Smart Water bottles extra. And actually I have to try to find some more of those because they don't, I haven't seen those at the gas station recently. So anyway, and then here's my attachment point for my foam pouch. I'm probably going to get just a little extra cordage just to attach that inside flap of the foam pouch back to the other loops, or maybe a tiny little piece of double-sided Velcro. But so yeah, this didn't take long at all. I'm not a sewer. A friend of mine did that, did a very nice job with it. You know, I kind of wish that would be my one Vargo wish list on their backpacks, that they would do something like that in the front. I will say that I'm pretty sure these packs were designed, because these were designed quite a long time ago, probably a good 7 years ago, something like that, maybe even a little bit further back. And these were kind of designed before it was like a big thing to be, attaching things on the front. So, you know, I don't think that maybe they would change that in the future and that you would just kind of have to add your own. All that said, if they don't and you would have to add a piece like that to, attach some things to the front, in my opinion, the overall pack is still worth it. This is the best backpack I ever had. I completely recommend it. I think maybe some people would think that this is kind of weird, having that mesh there. I don't. Anytime I hike, the side pouches, if I have them, would get wet, irregardless. So then the things that you have in there would just get trapped with moisture. This thing, it airs out so quick. You can put a couple little bars in there or whatever, or flashlight and, some other gear or your phone. These are nice and like kind of back though. They don't really come too much around to the front. So I kind of like that. They're not like super long where they wrap around the front of you. So they're kind of like backing out of the way. It's still very comfortable. These things, so on my granite gear pack and one of the other ones I had, it was like already came kind of formed, but it was kind of like hard and the padding was harder. And this stuff is just so soft and it just hugs right up to you. So, and the zippers open very easily, even though this is sort of flimsy with that mesh. Everything, it zips back really nice. It's a really nice zipper on there. So, but overall, this backpack is great. And that has the Hyperlite Mountain Gear dry bag. It's like the 44 liter in place of the one that came with it, which was a little bit heavier, probably 5 ounces heavier. You can also go with the Zpacks 44 ounce dry bag as well. I just did the Hyperlite because I knew I could get that quicker. So I had that in probably 3 or 4 days from the time of order, as opposed to waiting for Zpacks to make one, and I probably would have got it in 2 or 3 weeks. Although either company kind of basically like same thing. So the Zpacks one is $25 cheaper. So, but yeah, so that's my backpack. I'm most likely not going to be changing backpacks for a very long time, if not ever. This is the best I've ever put on, including trying on Zpacks and walking around with those. I never owned a Zpacks, but I've tried them on and I just didn't really care for how they have the rods placed in those for their frame. Yeah, this thing is so nice. Highly recommended. And it's a little pricey. It's basically a $300 pack, and then if you're going to get the dry bag, you're going to be another $50 to $75. But in my opinion, it's like, buying a filet mignon. It costs more, and then after you eat it, you just kind of forget about how much it costs. So that's the way I look at it. But yeah, best backpack I ever had. And I think totally overlooked. They're just not really like jumping out there in the whole gear market right now because of all the new cottage companies that come out. So in my opinion, definitely worth a look. Once you have your frame, if you wanted to do, like if you were doing this for kind of like your all-purpose backpack, I could actually go on their website and purchase one of the other configurations they have. They have 3 different backpacks. You know, if you had this one and we're going to go on like a deep winter trip and you needed to haul, you know, 55 liters worth of stuff, you can just keep your frame, and then you can just order your backpack and then switch it out with the frame that you have, which is totally cool if you think about it. You know, like if you're super into backpacking like that and you need something for different situations, you can just basically keep the core of your pack and just switch the back part of it. So definitely worth it in my opinion. Yeah, you know, you can't go wrong with this thing. So anyway, that's my Vargo ExoTi Bog. Oh, and so for the super hardcore fans of my awesome YouTube channel, I still do have my Soto Windmaster stove. Still kicking around. I love this thing. This is more like my late season stove. I was just looking at it yesterday and had a comment about it. And yeah, I like using that in the late season when it might be windier. I'm definitely going to be using that some more this year, probably in the fall. So Soto Windmaster, this is the best canister stove you can buy. It's, you know, just a tad bit heavier than some of the other ones, but totally worth it. Self-ignition, $65 setup. Has your, you know, your extra thing for like bigger pots or pans that fits on there. And then, but yeah, so Soto Windmaster kicks ass.